Hi there, Laura here. Today I am going to do a bit of an experiment and I'm going to try out Wayne Goss's how to apply eyeshadow perfectly every time tutorial, and I've done this on this eye, and then on this eye I've done it how I would have done it without following the tutorial exactly, just to see if there's any difference in how it would have worked out. So that's what I'm going to do today. And I'll link Wayne's video underneath just so that you can go and watch it yourself if you're interested in trying this look. And let's get on with the look. So the first thing he did was his eyebrows. So when he's doing his dark eyeshadow, he's lining it up with the tail of the brow. So that's why I'm going to do my eyebrows first, and I'm going to line my pencil up with the edge of my nose and the edge of my eye so I can see exactly where the tail of my eyebrow needs to be. Oops, wrong end. So probably if I do that with a brush first, and then I can just put a little dot there so I know exactly where tail end needs to be, and then I'll fill in the rest of my eyebrows. And I've powdered my face, and I'm going to do my Face Profusion palette because it's got a nice dark brown in it. So any dark brown will do. I used my LA Girl Shady Slim Brow Pencil in Brunette for my eyebrows, and he gets a small brush, so I'm using my Real Techniques .XXXS brush. So he uses a pencil brush. That's as close as I get to a pencil brush. And he doesn't put, like, the first thing he does, sorry, I forgot. The first thing he does is put some translucent powder over the eyes. Which is what I would do normally anyway. But he doesn't go in with a transition colour, he just goes straight in with the dark brown. So that's what I'm going to do for this eye. So he says look straight into the mirror, and he's just putting a line of dark brown in there. Now my line's thicker than what he did because I've got more hooded eyes than he has. And then he puts some under here. So he says connect this space to this space. So I'm actually just using an angled brush now because the other one was giving me too thick a line. So he says that this bit here doesn't go out any further than the tail of your eyebrow. So he says this gives us the shape of what the eyeshadow is going to look like, and then you get your blending brush and you're going to blend it out. So he's putting it right the way in. And then he's going to take some more of that dark brown and he's putting it on the lash line. And it doesn't have to be perfectly neat. he says, which is just as well because mine's not. But fall out. And then he's smoking it out. So he's pulling the eyeshadow up and fading it into the brow bone. So he's going to go back in with his dark, with his crease. He's getting his blending brush again. And he's blending it into this part here as well. But he's leaving this bit here. So his eyeshadow matches the tail of his brow there. So you can see how my eyeshadow's matching my brow. What it looks like so far. And now he's putting some eyeliner on. I'm just listening to him as I do it. That's why I've got my headphone in. So he's not doing a wing or anything. He's just doing some black eyeliner. He's going to use some black eyeliner, and I'm just going to use my Rimmel Exaggerate Waterproof Eye Definer. And he's not doing a wing or anything. He's just putting it on the top there. And then he's smudging it out. And I'm actually going to use the little smudger on the end, which I haven't actually used before. So that's what it looks like. And then he's gone in with a shimmer, and he's put a shimmer on the lid. And you can use any colour shimmer you like. So just going to have a look and see what shimmer I have and what I want to use. And the mini palettes I've got piled up beside me, I've been using through the week. So I think I'll go in with this one from my Chi Diva Palette. So it's kind of a light orangey colour. And use a flat brush. Should have tapped that off before I stuck it on my eye. There's a bit of fallout. So he's saying you can just leave it subtle like that, or you could go in a bit more glossy if you want to. I'm just going to use my rose water spray on my brush. So it's just some rose water that I got from the chemist that I've mixed with water, because I just find a lot of those, if I use a setting spray or anything, they've got too much alcohol in it and it actually stings my eyes. So I don't actually want to use any alcohol. This will have a little bit in it because the rose water has some alcohol as a preservative, but by the time I mix it in with all the water, it's hardly noticeable. And I just hit pan on my dark brown. I have no idea whether you'll be able to see that because it's a teeny tiny bit right there. I didn't think I was going to hit pan at all on the dark brown before I finished the other colours because it's not a colour I use very often, so that was a surprise. So then he puts mascara and things on, and he does fiddle around and do more dark and more light, but basically he's finished here, and it's quite a nice look. It was easy and simple. But what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go in and do what I would have done, and the only thing I probably would have done really differently is I would have used a transition colour first. So I'm going to try that and see what it looks like. So I'm going to use my fawn, my light brown here in the same palette, in my Profusion palette, and I'm just going to go in with a bit of a transition colour. Okay, I just swatched a bit more of it, and he did actually clean up underneath. I've already done my concealer in that underneath my eyes, so, but I haven't powdered or anything. So I'm just going to grab a little flat brush and just a little bit of concealer and just make sure that bit there is nice and cleaned up. This brush is dirty. I'm making grey on my eye, so that didn't work out too well, did it? Get a clean brush. Obviously got mist when I was washing my brushes on Sunday. So as I said, I've already done my concealer, and I didn't get really messy around here. I was quite careful, so I haven't got much cleaning up to do in any case. I actually think I want to go back in with my angled brush in the dark brown, because I feel like I just need to intensify that just a little bit. Just make sure you can still see me. It's a bit like doing the reverse wing because you're joining this up with this bit. So I'll just check that I haven't missed anything else out. So he's just cleaning up underneath, and mine's already cleaned. So you can see how that just cleans up that little edge there. And he doesn't put any inner highlight, and he didn't put any brow bone highlight or anything on. That's all he did. I haven't got my mascara on yet. I'll do that after, because I'm going to finish doing this eye, doing it the way I would have done it if I was doing this. Not being an expert at eyeshadow, this is just what I've picked up from watching various YouTube videos on various people, and what I would have done if I had have seen this look and wanted to recreate it without watching a tutorial. And I just wanted to see what the difference would look like. So I'm going to do the same thing here as what I did on this side, except I've got a transition shade on first. Making the pan in that dark brown even bigger. And go in with my fluffy brush my eyelids were all primed before I put the translucent powder on. Apparently words are challenging today. It's been one of those mornings. And do along the lash line as well. Tap that on and then blend that out. I'm going to grab a little bit more of the transition colour to help me blend that, and then I'm going to go in with the dark again just to intensify that a little bit. And then go back in with my fluffy brush, which I just put all over my face. Thankfully it's got nothing really on it. So we're blending up and out into the corner, inner corner here. Now do the shimmer. No, I'm not. I'm going to do the black eyeliner. So I'll do the black eyeliner first, the same as on the other side. Use the little smudgy tip to maybe drop the lid. And then I'm going to go in with my concealer again. I'm just using my Age Rewind in Fear, same as I did the other side, and just clean up the corner. And it just straightens out the corner a bit. And then now I'm going to go in with my flat brush and my shimmer colour, which was this one here in the Chi Diva Palette. First of all, I'm going to stick it on dry, the same as I did on the other side. And then I'm going to go in with a wet brush. So I'm just going to wet my brush and just intensify it the same way as I did on the other side. And then I'm going to go back into the light fawn colour. Just blend that out. And then I'm going to go back into the dark brown. And I'm using my angle brush, which I've just cleaned the extra product off, just to smudge that out a bit. Now I think I also want to do a brow bone highlight, and I'm just going to get my little pointy brush here. This is just a lip definer brush, and I'm going to go into the vanilla colour, which is just a flat cream for under my eyebrow. And then I'm going to grab my fluffy brush and I'm going to clean the dark off it first because I don't want to have dark under my eyebrow. And then I think I'll go into the highlighter shade in my Profusion palette, which is just a champagne coloured highlighter, and just do a little touch of highlight in there. And now I'll put on my mascara. So I'm using the L'Oreal Paris False Lash X Fibre in the 1 and 2. So I'll just put that on quickly. So I've put my mascara on. This is the Wayne Goss styled eye, and this is my version of it. Now I don't know whether you can tell the difference, but having that transition colour does make a little bit of a difference. Now my eyes aren't the same anyway, so because this one's more hooded than this one. So if I raise my eyebrows up a bit, you might be able to see the difference a bit better. But I feel this one's softer looking. It's sort of, it blends a bit more softly into each other, whereas this one's a lot harsher and a lot more dramatic looking because it doesn't have that transition shade in it to make it sort of blend together so much. So I'm going to put my bronzer and blush and stuff on, and then I'll be back. So I've finished up the rest of my face now, and I've just used the highlighter and the bronzer from my Profusion face palette, and I just used a pink blush, which I can't tell you what it's called because it doesn't have a name on it and I can't remember. But on my lips I used the Chi Viva Diva metallic lipstick, and this one is in Midas Touch, so it's kind of a gold lipstick, which I think goes well with that slightly orangey metallic eye that I did. And on top of that I've got the Lip Lights Chi Lip Lacquer, which comes in this box, looks like this, and it's got a it's kind of an orange with a pink reflex on it, so I just put some of that on the top, and it just gives it a little bit of a pink look when you turn in the light, which I don't know whether you'll be able to see on camera. So in natural light, that's what it looks like. So the only difference between the two eyes is on this one I've used a transition shade, and I've put a bit of highlight here, and I highlighted my brow bone a bit. And it's hard to see any difference, but I do feel like this one's slightly softer and this one is a little bit more dramatic. So that was me giving Wayne Goss's how to get perfect eyeshadow every time tutorial. So I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you later. Bye.